Hello. I thought today I would do a video about februllage. Now, februllage is something that happens in February and it's collage based. And I've always watched it and been amazed because I love collage. But because I work in fabric and thread, I didn't know if it was really something I could do. But this year, because things are so as they are, I have this strange desire to just make as many things analog as I can. There may be more of you feeling this. I'm sure there are. I'm just going to go over some of the ones that I did. I'm just going to double check that that's in shot. Okay, good. So each day you have a word prompt that you can use or not. I chose to use it. The first word or the first day was tree. And then to keep myself making under some parameters, instead of just having it wide open, I did the 6-ish inch block or square, which is very common in quilting and it's very familiar to me. So it's like a comfort size for making things. So in this case, I decided to use 3 pieces of fabric and 3 pieces of paper and 1 or a series of some sort of found object, either one or a few. So in this case, the fabric is this, the 3 fabrics are this background, this brown and this green. The paper is this printed lace, this painted paper, and some jelly plate paper as well. And the found object is an acorn cap. I won't go into extreme detail for all of them. This will end up being a very long video. So this is shell. Again, three pieces of paper and 3 fabrics. In this case, there's like a bit of wedding veil here that is so that you can still see the shells. This is school. So this is a piece of paper from when I was in school. I was originally going to do, I went to Princess Margaret, and I realized in doing collaging, you need a lot of images. And I would love to have had a picture of Princess Margaret and sometime how worked off that. But I thought instead of making it too difficult, just start where you are. This is dice. I was going to try to couch. So couching items on is surprisingly secure. You wouldn't think so, but that little tile is on there. It's not going anywhere. But a die was just a little too big, so I printed with it. And of course the knives for the other meaning of dice. This is chaos. I did find this, actually a friend of mine gave me that she had found. And when I looked up the meaning for emperor, the reverse meaning, it fit perfectly. So that was chaos. This is metal. With a bit of my dad. My dad was a draftsman, so a bit of his textbook in there. Hood. This is kind of honoring my kid's grandma Joyce, who recently died, and I was thinking of neighborhoods and how she and my grandma both had roses in their gardens, you know, the house, the lace curtain, and the roof line. So that's for them. Cartoon. And in this case, I hadn't found a found object until I went for a walk a couple of days later and found that, which I think is from when you're laying out tiles to keep them square. So that's cartoon. This is horizon, which popped right into my mind as what I wanted to do. So it wasn't too bad. This is a small piece of beach glass that my friend Carolina found and gave to me. This is dot for on the dot. Stitching magazine magazine paper is a little trickier. So I tried something I'll show you today what I'm going to do for today's. And then this one stuck. This is a bit of foil from a chip wrapper or chip package, painted paper, some paper from a herbal book, and then 3 pieces of fabric. No found object yet, but that will come. So that's those. I'll just put those aside for now, as in on the floor beside me. And I'll get this. So this is for today. Now today, this is just showing you a little bit of how I kind of come to these. Today is, oh Lordy, oops, online. So I picked these. I try to limit my embroidery floss colors. So what I started was a lined background. And the first thing I thought when I thought of online is a line with birds on it. But then I thought if you did a line with a bird and then two other meaning of online. So the idea will be to stitch a clothesline. There's my little bird made out of some printed paper. And then I got I wanted to hang two phones from my line as hanging clothes on the line, but also the sense of online. And what do we miss mostly online? I think is being in nature. So I put a little green and a little blue. The interesting thing with these are magazine paper, which was very thin, and I don't know if you can see, but I added some fusible interfacing to the back to make them a little more stable for sewing. This won't be too bad. I probably won't sew through them. I'll probably just couch over the edges, but I'll add a little beak. I'll add his maybe little feet and the line, and then in French knots, I'll add some green French knots coming out of the nature side, and then some blue coming out of that, just to represent what we miss when we are online so much, myself included. So that's my februllage for today, which is the 12th online. So I'll post it later, and I hope you enjoyed a little bit of that. I highly encourage you to try it. Again, it's just playing around, seeing what happens, seeing what you can come up with, and somehow it feels like a tiny act of rebellion to make something from my own brain instead of an AI brain. Or anyway, I'm sure you get it all, but it's very heavy, and the only way I can escape for a few hours every day is to make something like this. I hope you find something as well. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.